Hi, hello guys. My name is Mia Marie, and today I want to talk about what it means when your partner's sun falls into your 8th house in a Synastry chart. So Synastry is when you take your birth chart and then you superimpose your partners to see where their planets fall in your life. How does their energy conspire and manifest in a way that kind of stands as an initiation to help you grow in your consciousness? The sun in someone's birth chart is their ego, it's their vitality, their sanity. Just like the sun in the sky, everything else in their psychology revolves around it. It's a prominent force in their life that holds everything together. The 8th house is quite different. This is like our secret self. This is where sex, intimacy, shared resources, deep bonding takes place. It's very private and protected. This is also where we store the aspects of our personality that we have not been able to integrate because we feel ashamed or we have been ridiculed or ostracized because we are this thing. And so it's kind of like a diary. The 8th house kind of feels like a diary. It's also some other things, but we'll get there in a little bit. When someone's sun enters your 8th, they are a physical manifestation of your fears and your fantasies. It makes it very difficult for you to resist them because they have that lubricant and just enough tension. It's just enough danger that they can penetrate this very private area of your life, and you feel joy. You feel pleasure having them explore you. The sun person is looking at the house person like they are a locked treasure chest. They can literally be like, I know there's gold in there. Open up and give it to me. Give me all the things. Now, depending on what sign falls here, the way that we go about it is quite different. But the example that I'll use is like, let's play 21 questions. That's what the sun person will say. Something to that extent, because the house person is a mystery. And they want to collect as much data as possible because the sun person thinks that there's so many levels and it's so deep and they're going to stumble on Treasure Island. And so they're taking notes and really dropping into this place of focusing on the house person. And so the sun person is like, tell me everything. I want to know about how you were raised, your relationship with your friends, your family, your favorite cereal, your long-term goals and aspirations. Like, hold nothing back. And they are genuinely interested in learning absolutely everything about the house person. And the house person feels seen and validated almost as if they are gaining the attention that they've always needed to heal a specific part of themselves. Over time, they start to share more vulnerabilities. And as the house person shares more vulnerabilities, the more the sun just comes in and provides that warmth and that support. And so it's healing. And this is a part of the relationship that stays intact, but it does change form. So as I may have mentioned, the sun person is taking notes on what the house person is sharing. And the mystery that they are trying to uncover is not that they're stumbling upon Treasure Island, but that they have arrived to someone's hell. That is the 8th house. The 8th house is hell. And so it can feel like for the sun person, I was misled. Now, does that mean that the house person intentionally misled them? No. But the sun person has this rude awakening of, I thought I was hopping on a boat to Treasure Island, and I'm literally face to face with a monster. And you know so much about me. I'm so involved with you. I'm so in love with you. And now I see a part of you that you knew existed, and it's scaring me. And so what happens when the sun person gets scared, when they start to see the addictions, the afflictions, the secrets that the house person has been keeping, they are demanding more information because they're nervous. That's really what it is. But it is perceived by the house person as intrusive. There is a barrier between, there's a line between privacy and transparency. And this is something, if I'm the house person, I'm like, this is something that I'm really struggling with, and I don't want to invite you into it. And the sun person is looking at them like, we're past that point. We are one. And that is an aspect of this relationship. Scorpio is about merging. Think about sex, right? The womb and the phallus. It's like there is this penetration of I am inside of you more than the average person. But there is this recognition of we do merge and our boundaries are different. And I am you and you are me. And that's where the gold is in this relationship. And it's very difficult to see when you're in it because both people are feeling triggered. The house person is feeling that they are being invaded. And the sun person is like, are you about to fucking betray me? Like, something about whatever it is, however the house person manages their fantasies, their desires, their inner devil, however that manifests is exactly what the sun person is the most afraid of. And so it becomes this dance of like, how open are we? How much destruction are we capable of? This is not a superficial relationship by any means. We're not on shallow territory. The sun makes it known quite early on, I'm focused on you and only you. But the sun person can feel traumatized or triggered. That's a better word. They can feel triggered by the darkness in the house person. If it's an addiction or if it's an affliction, the sun kind of having access to just the energy. The house person doesn't even have to admit it. I think that circumstances will conspire in a way that exposes the house person to the sun. Some themes in this relationship: power and control, the feeling that your boundaries are being trespassed. Now, I think our inclination when I say that is to think of someone breaking down a door. I think that's a little more Martian and Aries than Pluto. Pluto is like, I'm penetrate, like sex. You are supposed to let me in a little bit more than you let in other people, you know? And so it's uncomfortable. In fact, maybe when you're having sex with that person, it's like, oh my God, like you're there. Oh my God, I'm so fucking unserious right now. Jealousy, control, possessiveness, all stemming from this place of fear of losing someone that you care about a lot. Now, obviously, we're talking about a physical person, your partner, but really your partner is a representation of an aspect of yourself. And maybe as time progresses or as you move through this relationship, or if it, explodes in your face as this combination usually does, then there is this aha or this epiphany of, I did not want to lose an aspect of myself that I am actually quite ashamed of, or that an aspect of my personality that I've kept repressed. That is what I was grasping to hold on to and heal and love and nurture in another. It is a very healing relationship, but when we're thinking about the 8th house or Pluto or Scorpio energy, it is that surgical type of healing where you go to the doctor, you find out that you're sick and that you have to undergo treatment and it's painful. However, it will make you better in the end, but you have to commit to that healing plan. And many times we're unconscious when we're moving through this. Not everybody has an astrologer. Not everybody is as interested or as focused on what specifically, on a granular level, what is happening in this relationship. And so it just feels like we're meeting the monster within us. And oftentimes that monster wins, and it scares both people from remaining in this pairing. However, after you guys separate or after you guys break up, it can be really like my soul, like my soul, like I lost a part of myself. I'm almost like losing my breath now as I'm talking about it. I think for both people, it's like, I thought you were it for me. I thought that we were both, because we're so connected and we're so intimate, and we're so honest and we're so in love. Our souls, are like intertwined. I never thought I would see the day where there was no you in my life. And even when they separate, there is this quiet longing, desire, emptiness that kind of yearns for the other person. Again, it can be physically that individual, or it could just be the manifestation of an aspect of yourself and you losing yourself yet again because you didn't have the tools, the interpersonal tools, the patience, the strength to nurture and tend to and love the monster in you. I feel like I'm repeating myself. Also, there can be frustration on the sun person's part because there's so much to their personality, right? There's warmth and there's light and there's all the things that the sun represents. However, being in the 8th house, the sun can feel like, am I only here to satisfy your cravings, your yearnings, your sexual desires and repressions? Is that what you want me for? And that is true. The house person does want to do those things with the sun person, but there's more to it and there's more depth. But because of the territory that we're on, sex and that really can kind of overshadow all of the other reasons. We forget why we're having sex. Another thing to consider is that if things start to get challenging, the sun person will be criticized by the house person's friends and family, by their life. Suddenly the sun person does not fit into their life because why? Because the aspect of the house person that is connecting with the sun person is something that the house person doesn't show everybody else. And so no one really understands why the house person is so attracted to the sun. And so it's kind of up to the house person to say, there are some things that we connect about. There are some redeeming qualities. This person has helped me heal. They have challenged me. They have called me out. But in order to really explain why they were in this relationship, they have to own up to their shit in a way that's kind of public or that they're not really comfortable doing. And so it just kind of sits as that sun person traumatized the house person. That sun person really did a number on them psychologically. It was psychological warfare, or it was largely a sexual and unhealthy relationship. And that is really like disheartening, I think, that is a possibility, within the behavior of the house person to not honestly share what happened, because here's this relationship that was quite transformative for the both of you, quite precious to the both of you. And then, the sun person is villainized because the house person just didn't rise to meet the monster in them. But I think that's all I got for you right now. I'm looking at the time and I've got to skedaddle. So take care, toodles. Bye.